Hello, and welcome to Rejuvenature. This podcast is dedicated to helping you find health in this toxic world. I am Dr. DK Geyer, and I will be the host for the show. Hello and welcome. Our guest today is Fazilet Ahmed. She is a mental health provider and she works with people from a wide range of backgrounds. She is fascinated with the esoteric and the clinical evidence-based techniques that help people heal from both physical and mental illnesses. And at this point in her journey, Miss Ahmed focuses on meeting people where they are currently in life. She graduated with a bachelor's in accounting, then worked for 10 years in the financial field. Decided to go back for a semester of nursing school, and after a few weeks, she decided to complete a master's in counseling psychology. Please welcome Fazilet Ahmed, and today we are going to talk about singing bowls. So a study in the Journal of Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine in July of 2016 described that singing bowls in conjunction with meditation showed improvements in distress, anxiety, depression, fatigue, tension, anger, confusion, and energy as well as improvements in blood pressure, heart rate, respiratory rate, and peripheral capillary oxygen saturation, which is a fancy way of saying oxygenated blood. Okay, so there is evidence that singing bowls promote relaxation and healing, and I am fascinated with their rich, amazing sound. Before we start listening to a singing bowl, Miss Ahmed, can you tell us what attracted you to purchase your first singing bowl?
The simple sound of it, the simple harmonious peacefulness. This was a personal experience that resonated through me. And once I heard it in person, there are really no words to describe the peacefulness that it does bring to me.
Oh, it absolutely does.
So literally and figuratively, the sound went through me when I first heard it. It was actually through the lady who introduced me to singing bowls, Linda Kuchenbrod.
Wonderful. I think we both know the same lady.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us your experience about how you met Linda Kuchenbrod, who is one of only 100 clinical musicians, and how you became the proud owner of a singing bowl that she used?
I think it's, as they say in Turkish, kismet. It was destiny. It was one of the classes I took with you, Dr. Geyer. Mentioned Linda Kuchenbrod, and I called her and expressed my interest, and I said I would really like if you could give me some pointers. She's such a generous, sweet soul. Shortly thereafter, she offered to have me buy them from her. It's like your calling, your true profession. You don't really pick it. It picked you.
Yes, it chooses you.
Yes.
Can you answer this question for me? Are singing bowls considered a religious practice or an alternative therapy, or do you think they're combined?
I think they're both. I think they're combined. For some people, especially in Hinduism and Buddhism, there is that belief of the chakras, and there's some biological evidence to it. There's 7 biological nerve endings, major points in your body that resonate with certain sounds and frequencies and colors. And then there's alternative clinical-based evidence that, for instance, the quartz bowls that I have resonate evenly throughout with their sound that resonates on a cellular level. So it is used on cancer units from people who are recovering from chemotherapy. They've lost basic immunity. So as they're rebuilding it from the inside and they want their cells to align, the healing to align.
But to use singing bowls in complementary medicine, do you have to be certified?
I'm not certified. So it's my belief that it's a good idea to have basic knowledge And certainly in your certification course, certainly if you take your mallet and run it across the right side or the left side, it will call in different energies. And you can certainly learn that. For me, it's very intuitive.
Thank you. Okay, so you have a beautiful singing bowl here with us today, and it measures what? 14 inches high, 14 across. And what is it made of?
It's frosted quartz, and if you touch it, it's completely even. There's not a single crack, and it's attuned to the C frequency. C is associated with your basic foundation, your family, your childhood, your tribe.
Wonderful. What really helps you heal? Is it the vibration or the sound effect on the body?
Oh my goodness, I think it's both. Such a peaceful sound, such a peaceful melody. Just dissipate. Such a peaceful sound, such a sweet melody. And the vibrations, if you sit close to it, you can practically feel that. Now, just because, this is my belief, just because it resonates, it's supposed to resonate with the sea, does not mean that's where everyone will feel it. It's unique. It differs from person to person. There's singing bowls for your sacral, your heart, your throat, and so on and so forth. Now, I ask people who do listen to it to place their hand where it resonates. And that might be where they feel their anxiety or where they feel their tension. And then I ask them, well, what comes up for you? And sometimes I notice, if not most of the time, I don't even have to ask a follow-up question because they begin to intuitively speak what was a trapped emotion in their body.
So do you think it's why a singing bowl has been used for centuries? Because it just helps people take a moment to hear a sound that will resonate and help heal their body.
Yes, the vibrations do help heal.
Right. If you've ever heard the church bells ring, people just stop so that they can hear the church bells depending on what's being played. Or if it's an organ that resonates through a tower, it sounds so different because it's real and it's live and it's happening at that moment.
And I think every culture, every tribe, every faith has its own melodic, very soothing music, sound. What goes out in the universe is unique, and what comes back is just as unique as their own thumbprint, as their own frequency of their own heartbeat. But I don't want to ignore the religious aspect. I always respect everyone's religion. So if there's somebody listening out there and they say, well, no, my hammered, handmade singing bowl helps me or helps them, and it's for religious purposes, it goes out, the sound goes out into the universe.
Yes. So that's what this will resonate with.
It will resonate, and it might bring up certain feelings for you, certain thoughts for you. And there is a difference between a thought and a feeling. Let's just make sure we know that. And so what it brings up for you or the listener is something that you may want to pay attention to, and just honor that for a moment.
Yes. I love the way you phrase it. Let's honor that.
Yes.
Because it could be a good feeling or an uncomfortable feeling, but it belongs to you. So you honor it as a way of understanding that it is yours and yours alone, so you must deal with it. Good, bad, indifference, it is yours.
It is yours, and you don't have to deal with it alone.
Why do some people add water to their singing bowls? I've seen it. I've watched it happen several times. Does it add another healing aspect?
I think it's the vibrational aspect, and it even softens the sound. However, I am not so bold enough as to put water in my quartz
I would agree with you. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other wonderful bits of information you would like to share about an experience with a singing bowl um, before we start listening to one?
I've had so many unique experiences with this particular singing bowl, and other ones too. I have larger ones. And I've also been so privileged as to see the effect it had on some of my clients who were open, who requested this. So it wasn't just me saying, "Oh, we're going to start every session with, if you request it, if you're open to it, that's great. If you don't have anything you want to talk about, let's see what the universe brings back for you. Let's see what comes up for you inside." Because when you slow down, your mind will bring to your attention what you do not have time for, or what you're trying to suppress with a substance, with a behavior, with a friend, with a relationship. And it's going to stay in there, and it's going to build like a snowball. And so you just want to acknowledge that. You want to honor that. If you don't know what to do with it, call a counselor. There's a lot of counselors who are familiar with the esoteric.
Yes, and we are very grateful to have therapists and counselors that address healing through the harmony between the functions of the mind, body, and spirit, including singing bowls. What is the difference between glass bowls and metal singing bowls?
The metal bowls are hand tempered. The process is very sacred, very important. Whereas the frosted ones, they're manufactured, they're simple. Frosted, they're made of glass. They will shatter. Whereas the metal, they'll roll on the floor. You can put water in them. They come in all different sizes, but basically, that's the basic difference.
Yes,
My
I had
understanding.
one. Yes, I had one. It was metal. It was made with 4 or 5 different types of metal, but it sounded so, just like yours sounds so rich.
Mm-hmm.
I just could not imagine how you could take this metal, melt it together, hand form it to make this perfect sound. It is right on pitch, and it just blew my mind.
I think I read somewhere that I think I also learned it from somebody really important. When you light a sage leaf, it'll stop burning when all the negative energy is gone in the room. Somebody wise once told me that, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's almost the same way in my experience with a singing bowl with a group of people or with somebody. There is a certain effort I put in, and all of a sudden I can't hear that same pitch. And I think it's because it's cleared, it's worked, it's magic, so to speak.
Oh, how wonderful. Yes, never thought of that.
So it's, once it's done, okay, then we have to work on something different. If we are trying to clear out or let go of something, well, we need to bring in something new. What would you like to replace that with?
So when we are listening to the singing bowl, do you think that would be great for our audience to try?
So this is my suggestion. I think you had mentioned 3 minutes. So maybe if you can hold on for 3 minutes, if this bowl rings for 3 minutes, you want to just be still, close your eyes, and just, hopefully you're sitting down for a minute. Allow that sound to go through you as quietly as best you can and see what comes up. And is there a thought? Is there a feeling? Is there a memory? And take one of your hands and place it where you feel that. And what do you feel? Do you feel numb? Is it sharp? Connect that for yourself. Be aware of that. And maybe the second time you play this bowl, what you may want to do is let go. See if it can just dissipate that words, because we're not using the part of our brain that's going to be using words. We're just going to let go of that. We're going to replace that with something that's healing and nurturing, eternal and strong.
Wow. Let's try that.
Okay.
Miss Ahmed is standing in front of her quartz singing bowl, holding a Tibetan hardwood puja so she can strike it. Okay, so whenever you're ready. That was a direct strike. Now she will make it sing by encircling the bowl. Now let's hear a metal singing bowl. Here we go. You can clearly hear the difference between the two tones, the glass singing bowl and the metal singing bowl. Its healing power and its sound just engulfs the whole mind, body, spirit, and it's very relaxing.
It's certainly a nice way to start a meditation. Allow that sound to completely just zone you out. Right. To be in your Zen space. That's your safe space.
Miss Ahmed, you have blessed us with so much incredible information. Thank you so very much. And to our audience, here is your call to action. Find a place that sells singing bowls. Pick one up. Make it sing to you. Try it out. See which bowl connects with your soul. At least you will have an opportunity to feel the vibration of the sound. A sound that is very rejuvenating. Until next time, wishing you the very best.